Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be cash stuffing around $1,176. So that's $1,176 into all of my envelopes. Normally, I do get paid every 2 weeks and I do once a month cash stuffing from my income. However, sometimes I do have income from other places or money from elsewhere. And when I do have those, then I like to make a dedicated video for that. So in this case, this $1,176 is considered other income. And therefore, this is the amount that I will be adding to my binders. And I'm really, really excited. So I have here the whole amount of the $1,176, and I do have them in different denominations. I have singles, I have twos, fives, a couple tens. I don't have a lot of tens, a bunch of 20s, and some $100 bills as well. So I already wrote down where this money is going to be going. So I'm going to separate the amounts like this. And then I will get started. I will go ahead and count just to double check the amount beforehand. And then I will start to put the amounts. I wish I had more fives, but at the moment I don't, but that's okay. For some reason, I'm not able to get a lot of tens, but hopefully when I'm able to go to the bank, next time I will ask for more $10 denominations instead of the $20 denominations. I also have these. This is all part of that amount. These are 20s. And I do have a couple fives here. And singles. One single. Okay. So let's get started with the counting first. So I have, let's do the singles first. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are new. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So I have $17. And then I have some twos, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4. So $34 in twos. I do have 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $105. I do have a bunch of 20s. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85. So 500 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 500. $1,156. Oh, I forgot to count the tens. Wait. The 2 tens. Sorry. So yes, I forgot to count plus 20. There you go. Exactly $1,176. So right on track. Okay. So these are the amount that I will be cash stuffing. And I'm going to do them in a random order. So I will grab the binders randomly and start stuffing in them. Okay. So I'm going to start with my husband's binder. And if you already watched my videos, like I am pretty new at this. So this is only like the second month that I'm doing this cash stuffing Also, like in general, like on YouTube and also in real life as well. So I just started to cash stuff, and as soon as I started cash stuffing, I started recording it as well. So everything you're seeing on camera, like on my channel, is brand new. But I mentioned, if you've watched my previous videos, that this binder, that is my husband's binder, is the money that he puts. So this is not something I put money in from my income. This is from his own income. So anytime he gives me money and says to add it to his specific bills or car maintenance or for us or for me or whatever he chooses, that's the money that goes into this binder. So he usually doesn't add much to this just because he has a lot of bills, but sometimes he gives me money here and there, and he gave me $3 and he said to put it into his binder, and he said I could put it anywhere I want. So I decided to put the $3. So let me see, $1, $2, and $3. So $1, $2, $3 I decided to add to his car registration. That's coming up in September, and it's like very expensive. So every time he gives me money, I add it to his car registration. So now his car registration has 20, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and $46. So he has to pay about $900 for his car registration because it is commercial. Yeah, $46. So every time he's able to give me any extra money, I like to add it to his car registration, just because I need to make sure that that's taken care of first before I'm able to add more money anywhere else. If he gives me like larger denominations, then I like to split them. But I always prioritize his car registration first, just because that is a large amount, and it's coming up soon. So that's that. Okay. So moving on to the holiday binder. I think, no, it's this one. Okay. So this is our holiday binder, and basically I have all of the holidays here, and I also added our anniversary here. So our anniversary and then the rest of the holidays for the year is all in this binder, and I love how this turned out. This is one of my favorite binders. So I added some money to this binder just because I usually don't add much to this, but this time I decided to add a little bit more, but I did spread it out. So anniversary got a $2 bill. Okay. So now anniversary has literally $2. Like, I just started putting money in it. We don't do much on our anniversary, but I want to make even small amounts in this envelope, so that way we can use it to maybe have dinner, or I can buy him a gift or something. Valentine's Day is not getting anything this time. Easter just passed. I'm not adding anything. So for Mother's Day, I am adding a $5 bill. And Mother's Day now should have, let's see, a 5, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and $20. So Mother's Day got 20 total. And I know that's not much, but like I just said, this is very, very new. So I might not use this amount for this Mother's Day just because it's coming up so soon. I might just add to it and then do something with it for next year. So Mother's Day got 5. Father's Day, I also gave $5. I gave it a $5 bill, and Father's Day now has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and $10. And again, same thing with Father's Day. Just because I just started, I might not be able to do anything with this yet, but once it's a certain amount that I can use to buy gifts or do something with it, then I'll use it. 4th of July got nothing. Halloween, I added $7. So I gave it a $5 bill and a $2 bill. Okay. So Halloween will have now let's see, 5, 7, 9, and $10. So for Halloween, what I like to do is just use this amount to buy costumes for my children. I have 2 boys. They're very little and they're still like dressing up in costumes. So I like to put money to buy them costumes, and also maybe for candies and stuff. We don't really do much, but I still like them to dress up. So on Thanksgiving, I didn't put anything. I need to start putting money in that one. Black Friday, I didn't put anything. Christmas, for New Year, I gave it $3. So I gave it a $2 bill and a $1 bill. So let me give it a better one. Okay. So New Year now has a total of $5. So a 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is going to be a slow progress, just because we don't necessarily have to do anything really big on New Year. We like to celebrate New Year, but I don't have to just like prioritize this just so I can stuff money in here and then, you know, do something big just because I have other priorities and I have a lot of debt. So slow progress is totally fine with me. So Eat is getting $1, and I think that's the first time I'm putting money in it. And like I said, it's a slow progress is still a progress, so I don't mind as long as it grows. Okay, Family Birthdays is getting $5, and this is for basically any family members that is not like immediate, like not my husband, not me, not my kids. So it could be like close family members. So it's anyone's birthdays. I can use this money to buy them a gift. So 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that has $10 now. And I gave Parties $2. I gave it a $2 bill. So Parties now has $2, $3, and $4. And this is for basically like anytime families want to do parties, like unexpected kind of, like they want to do gatherings, get-togethers or whatever, and then they want to kind of do like all together, like we all split money or we help out. This is the money that I would use for that, because we do sometimes do that with families. We gather. So I want to be able to like use this money to do my share. Unexpected, I think, has nothing. Because I think these two are kind of like same, but not really. I mean, I need to start adding money for it. Kind of like a miscellaneous, but I haven't done anything to it just yet. So that's that for my holiday binder. Okay, moving on to my binder. This is my personal binder, and I think this one is going to get a lot of love. So for hair, I added a $5 bill, and I really need to get my hair done. So now hair has $20, $30, $35, and $40. I need to cut my hair and I need to get it colored, and I don't want to do it at home. I do want to get it done professionally. So I need to save up a little bit more. This is not going to be enough. So, okay, makeup doesn't have anything right now, but I am adding $3. Wait, it does have money in it. So it already has $2, but I'm adding $3 more. So a $2 bill and a $1 bill. Okay, so makeup should now have $5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really usually put on makeup much. I'm very sensitive, but whenever I do like to have light makeup. I don't do foundations and stuff, so I usually do like mascara, eyeliner, lipstick, and those are the stuff that I would probably use this money to buy. Clothing, I'm adding only $2 this time. So clothing now has 20, 22, 23, 24, and $25. I do need to lose a lot of weight first before I go shopping, because I have gained a lot of weight and I need to be on top of it. I need to take care of that before I go shopping. But slowly I'm adding money so that I'll go and do like shopping when I'm in the shape that I want to be. Jewelry gets $20. I think I give myself a $20 bill. Let me see. Yes, so jewelry is getting 20, and jewelry should now have $160. I do have a placeholder, so this $100 is already in the bank account. So I have 100 in the account, 20, 40, 60. So $160 for jewelry. I do love jewelry, and the items that I want are pretty expensive, designer ones. That's the only thing I do like to splurge money on, and they're in the thousands. So I do want to invest and not use my credit card, but I want to just collect enough money so I can use it to buy paid off rather than use my credit card, which I've done in the past, which is why one of the reasons why I'm in $50,000 bills, because I just used my credit cards before. I don't want to do that anymore. So nails, I didn't give anything. Skincare, I gave it a $5 bill for my skin. And I'm actually using this not only for like products for the face, like moisturizer and stuff, but I'm also considering for like getting a facial or doing like things onto my face. I'm going to use this money for that. So this is actually the first time I'm adding money to this. So it's getting a $5 bill. And then for the massage, I'm adding $5. And I think I gave myself a $5 bill. Okay. So for massage, I have 20, 40, 45, and $50, which is still not enough. I want to add a little bit more before I go and use this because I really badly need a massage. And then my birthday is actually coming up very soon. It is in May. So I gave myself a $20 bill. This is probably to do whatever I want with it that day or buy myself something. So right now it has $40. I might actually either not touch this money and add to it for next year, or I might use this amount and add it to like my jewelry or add it to something else that's for myself. I'm not sure yet exactly what I'm going to do, but I want to just treat myself. So mommy makeover, I'm adding $104. So I'm adding 100 and then two $2 bills. However, I do want to do a placeholder because I like to have this amount in the bank. So I'm going to put this one aside and I'm going to give myself a placeholder. And I do have a lot of placeholders, and all of this is from Amazon. And I will link it for you if you're interested. So, okay. So I got a placeholder. So this $100, I will send it to the bank. It will represent this amount, which is for my jewelry. So now jewelry will have, let's see here, 100, 200, 220, 222, 224, and these are all new ones. So it's hard to count, but okay, let's do it again. 100, 200, 220, 222, 224, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So $230 is now here for mommy makeover. Exactly. Okay. So I'm going to write it down that I have this $100 going to the bank to represent my $100 for mommy makeover. Let me get a note, sticky note. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to write it down here that $100 will go to the bank for mommy makeover. Okay. So moving on. I didn't give anything to my husband this time For donations, I didn't do that. Okay, for casino, I added a $5 bill. And if you watched my videos, I mentioned that this is one of the things that I like to do. And I know it's not the best thing that when you're trying to budget, but I do like it. It is one of my things that I like. And I am just trying to do a little bit better and budget instead of just, going there and being impulsive. So I have right now 10, 5, 17, 18, 19, $20 bills. So probably when I reach $100 or $200, I will go to the casino with this money only and then use it and have fun for a couple hours. Whatever happens, you never know. I might make more money, or if I lose, then I know that I saved up for it instead of, I just take it out from ATM and lose control. And then I can always start over and then go from there. So I think that's a lot better to do. So I have $20 there. Okay, for weight loss, I'm adding a $20 bill. And all of this is kind of related. So weight loss had only $1 in it. So now it's going to have $21. So weight loss, mommy makeover, and a lot of this stuff are connected because, like I mentioned, I have gained a lot of weight. I do have a lot of issues. I don't want to get into much detail, but maybe later on. But it is affecting my health, and I do want to lose weight. And there are specific foods that I like to purchase that help me to be in control of my eating habits. And they do cost money. So that's why I want to save up money and use this amount to purchase those, like bars and stuff. So I want to use this amount for that reason. And then for mommy makeover, I would want to do like surgery. I had C-section deliveries, and like my body's in just, it's just messed up in ways. So house cleaners, I do need save up money to get cleaners because one of the things that I do have struggle with is my hands, my fingers. I have a lot of problems. I'm not able to do much. So house cleaners are getting $5. Now has $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. I do have a lot of health problems even with my fingers and my hands. So I do want them to come and do like deep cleaning just because I'm not able to. I try to do it as much as I can daily to keep it clean. But I do want them to come and do like a deep clean and clean up like the walls and stuff because my kids make a mess. So I want to save money for that as well. Property tax is for helping my dad with our properties to pay off. Property taxes went up crazy high, and I just want to save up and help him out because it is very expensive now. So it's getting $20. So now property tax has $20, $22, $24, $26, $28, $30. It went up so much, like $2,000 or $3,000, like so fast. And mortgage went up, and it's just ridiculous. Like prices, it's everything is so expensive now. Miscellaneous has nothing, and spending. Okay, so this is the amount that I give myself monthly from my income. I give myself $80. However, I haven't touched the cash. So what I have done is I've used my ATM. So I'm going to put this amount aside. And then once I get to that binder, I'm going to put this money in that binder plus some, because I use my ATM and my one of my credit cards and an ATM card to do like my purchases and spendings, and I need to pay myself back. So this is going to be the amount that I need to deposit back and give it back to the bank, plus so much more, because I'll get to it and I'll mention, but I'm going to put this aside for just a minute. So spending is going to have nothing now. So in May, once I get my paycheck for that month, I will pay myself $80 for the entire month. I didn't really stick to the $80 maximum for April. We went out a lot. It was one of those hectic months, so I did spend more money. So I definitely went over the $80 limit, but I'm going to do a little bit better. I'm new at this, so I need to get myself time. I'm not going to punish myself. I'm not going to be too hard on myself, but I will eventually get to the point where I put the cash in my wallet and say this is the only amount that you're gonna spend, and that's it. So it's okay. I'm gonna get there. This binder is done and it is pretty full and stuffy. I need to condense. Okay, moving on to my next binder will be for my mom and dad. So I made a special binder for my parents. So for mom and dad, I'm adding $20 for their gifts. So I'm adding a $20 bill. So now they have $20, $30, and $32 for their birthdays. And then I didn't do much else to this binder. I didn't add anything yet. I'll do that when I'm doing my maze. And then I just added one more for my sister's binder, and I gave her a $5 bill. So now this one has, let's see, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. So I want to pay her back for money that I borrowed from her when I was 17 years old. A long time ago, but I never forgot. So I just decided to slowly collect it and pay her back. She never asked for it back. She never gave it to ask for it back, but I want to give it back to her, plus add some more money because she needs to buy something and I want to help her out. It's an expensive thing. So I want to pay her back her $700 plus add more and give it to her and help her out, and she can use my help and that money to purchase the thing that she needs. So really want to prioritize that envelope. And then for miscellaneous, this is the amount that usually my mom gives for her own self. So I got a $10 bill and a $1 bill. Okay. So this is the amount that my mom, I take it from her so I can save it for her. So it has $10, $15, $20, $21. So I just usually like to tell her, like, open your wallet, give me whatever you have, anything you're able to give away, like $1, $2, $5, whatever you're able to. Instead of you spending it, I'll save it for you. And so that's exactly what it is. This amount is for her. And that's it for this binder. Okay, there you go. Okay, next is the business binder, I think. Let me see, is it? Yeah. Okay, so for this one, I didn't do much, but I added, I think, not in P.O. Box, not in this one. No. For equipment, I'm adding $2. So I gave myself a $2 bill. And now this one has 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and $10. And this is to purchase anything that I need for related to my work. And then for I didn't give miscellaneous and programs needed, I added $5 more. So now this one has 5, 7, 8, 9, and $10. And this is to get Canva Pro, or there's a couple of programs that I really want for my business, for my work, for my YouTube. So I need to save up money for that. And I think that's it for this binder. Okay. All right. Next, we have my brown binder. And this is the binder that is basically like sinking funds for the house, things that we need to save money for related to the house. So electronics could be anything. It is for the house, but it's also for myself. So like if I need a new iPad, a new laptop, new phone, whatever, or TV and stuff for the house. So I didn't add anything here. I added $2 to pay off debt. This is to just basically help me to pay off my debt faster, my credit card debt. So I'm giving myself $2. So now this has $20, $25, $22, $23, $24, and $25. Okay. And then I also gave money for emergency. Okay. So I gave myself $100 for emergencies. And again, this is one of those things that I will send this to the bank, and then I'm going to give myself a placeholder. I'm going to give myself a placeholder, and I already colored the 100, and it should have already in here $500. So 100, 200, 300, 400, and $500 already. And I'm going to move this $500, and I'm going to give myself a $500 placeholder. So let's see. Yeah. So here is a $500 placeholder, and this is the amount that is going to my account representing emergencies. So I like to put larger amount of money in this one just because I do want to save money for emergencies separate from everything else. So yay, I already did $500. I'm really proud of myself. So let me write it down here that another $100 is going for emergencies. Okay. There you go. Okay. And I think that's it for this binder as well. All right. Okay, next I have my little 3-year-old boy's binder, which is little teddy bear. I absolutely love it. So for his binder, I added $5 bill for his sports. He's not in any sports yet, but I do want to save up $5, $7, $9, and $10. So he has $10 in his sport. We're going to just figure out what sport to put him in. For his birthday, I didn't get him anything for treat. For his birthday, I gave him a $20 bill. His birthday is coming up in July. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to save up enough from here. But if not, like I said, I'll add it for next year. 20, 25, 30, 35, 37, 39, $40 for his birthday and his birthday gift. Actually, we might go out of town for his birthday week. It is in July, so my other son is going to be summer break. And I said maybe like for 4 days we can go travel with the family and celebrate his birthday. So I don't think this amount is going to be enough by then for July just because it's so close. But if not, then I will just leave this and then add it and for later, for maybe next year. So hopefully my husband will also put money for that vacation, and maybe I will use my credit card, like one credit card, or a lot of the time when we go to places, I do get comps. So that might cover all of that so we don't end up spending too much money. But I definitely want this to grow for hopefully by next year so I can use it to do something with just cash and not use cards. So another thing that I added for him is for his future. I added him a $20 and a $1 bill. So $20 and $21. So now for his future, he has, let's see. Okay, so for his future, he has $20, $40, $45, $50, and $51 for his future. And I think that's about it. So that's what I added to his binder. And then moving on to my older son, my 7-year-old, which they pretty much have similar envelopes. So I gave him birthday and gift. Okay, so I gave him a $5 bill also for his birthday. His birthday is going to be in November. I might be able to come up with a little bit more money. So he has $20, $25, $30 for his birthday. But same thing. If not, then I will be using it for the following year. And I also gave him for school and supplies, I added him a $2. So a $2 bill. And now school and supplies has two, three, four, $5 for school and supplies. And then I also added him $30 for his future. So I gave him a $20 bill and two fives. So now his future has 20. Let me see here. So it has 20, 40, 60, 65, $70. Let me change this 5. There you go. $70 for his future. That's awesome. Once this reaches $100, I will put in a placeholder. And I think that's it for his binder. Okay, next we have, okay. Now this is more like my variables. So okay, so for this one, what I'm going to do is, I didn't do anything in any of this, but I'm adding right here. So this is the part where this is the money that I added to, that I spent on ATM. So what I've done here is I have marked down the amount that I used, and oh my God, I'm not proud of it. The amount that was used on my card. However, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it is what it is. I'm new at this, so obviously, like, I'm not going to be fully prepared yet. I'm going to make mistakes, but as long as I'm making progress, as long as I am still like on track and I pay myself back, which I will. So because I spent this amount, I put them in placeholders. So I have them here. And then what I'm going to do is every time I add money into this envelope, I will remove the placeholder, and then that amount I will deposit to my bank account and pay myself back. I might pay myself back like faster, or collect it and then pay it off. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to pay myself back. If I have to cut down my monthly spendings, if I have to cut down from other places, I will. However, this is the amount that I owe to myself, to my card, and that's okay, because I also want to live. I don't want to stop living. I don't want to stop doing fun things. I have a family, we go out, we have vacations, we have things. So I don't want to be like full on do absolutely nothing. But at the same time, I do see a difference by doing this. So eventually I will get a lot better at it, but I'm okay. I'm fine, because I also want my kids to have fun. I want us to have fun, but at the same time, start being more mindful. And this is wonderful. So that $80 that I removed from my spending envelope is going to this envelope now. So I'm adding $80 here. Plus, I'm also adding from here. Let's see here. Wait, let me, before I put it back. Okay. I'm also adding $120. So I'm adding one more 20 and a $100 bill. So basically I'm adding $200. So I'm paying myself back 120, 40, 60, 80, $200. And I'm going to leave this one in, I'm not going to do a placeholder. I'm actually going to leave it like this, just because I want to add a little bit more and then deposit it to the bank account. But I'm going to mark it off. So because I gave myself $200 back, what I'm going to do is write it down here, which I did. So I'm going to minus $200 from this amount. So I owe $3,576 minus $200, $3,000. $376. So that's the amount I still owe, $3,376. So what I'm gonna do is update this amount in the placeholder. So I have 1,500, 3,000. I will put in, I'll leave this $50 and I'll add 300. So $300 in placeholders. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I still have 1,500, 3,000, 3,100, 3,200, 3,350. That 26, it's okay. But the rest remains in cash because I paid myself back. And I don't want to deposit it right now just because I don't want to spend it again. But I'm going to leave it in cash and then I'm going to deposit all of it back once I get the amount that I owe myself. So and then I'll put it like this. Okay. Just because I don't want to confuse myself and think that these are all placeholders, like there's real money in here. Okay, so that's that for this binder. And let's see here. I think we're almost... Okay, we also have the travel binder. And this is the binder that barely gets any love just because I have so much debt. And like, as you can see that we're spending money here still. And we still have a lot of bills. It's hard to save more money for travel. But I always say smaller progress is still a progress. So even though this is not getting too much love, it's still getting some love. And that's fine. And once our debt goes down and once we owe less money, then I'll put in more money here and then we'll travel. So this binder is getting $3 for passports. So I gave myself a $2 bill and a $1 bill. So passports now has, let's see here. These are all brand new. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, $15. So $15 in passports. My passport is gonna expire end of this year. Or I think in May it's gonna expire. My husband's passport expired last year and my kids do not have passports. So that's gonna be a lot of expense. So we all 4 of us need to renew and get our passports. So that's gonna be a lot of cost. And then I also added after vacation bills. I haven't even gone on vacation yet and I'm already thinking about the bills after I come back. So I gave myself a $2 bill and a $1 bill. So now this one should have, let's see here, a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So $10 for after coming back from vacation and having money to pay bills because we're gonna miss a long time of not working. And I also gave, I think for airfare for flight, I gave myself $1. So now it's gonna have $5. So 2, 4, $5. Again, it is very small amount and it's okay. I don't mind. I will add more money when I'm able to. And that's it. So for travel, that's what we have. Okay. And then I think the rest is I kept it for savings challenges. So I have 2 books that I use. I have these 2 books that I used to do my savings. This one is basically the 100 envelope savings challenge, which will save me $5,050. So I'm going to see if I can add money here. And I do keep these in I don't put placeholders. I put actual money here. Like these are the actual $100 bills. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to, instead of putting like $97 or $98, I decided to actually put, starting $90, all $100 bills. That's what I decided to do, just to get extra money. So I do have $200. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put $100 more, and I will add it to basically like this one right here. So $100 there. And 98. Let me mark this down. Okay, so I added $100. And then I'm also going to add some from the front. Let's see what I need here. Hopefully you're able to see this. Let me move this away. Okay. So I added 98. Oh, I forgot to mark this. I also did 99. And now I added 98. Okay. So I don't have anything for the $4. So I'm going to add $4. I might just do, let's see. No, I'm going to skip that. I don't have a lot of singles left. So I will do the $7. So I will do a 5. And I will do $6 and $7. Okay. So $7. Okay, so let me see if I want to do maybe one more. Let's do let's do 40. I have two 20s here, so let's do $40. Okay. So $40. And then do I want to do a little bit more? Let's see. I do still have a bunch of 20s left. Let's do 20, 40, 60. 20, 40, 60, 80. Okay. So I will do the $60 one and I will do the $80 one. Okay. So where's 60? Here. $60. And I will do $80. 20, 40, 60, 80. Okay. I think that's a lot already. Okay. So I added a 60 and a 80. Okay. Let me mark it off. I don't know why my marker is like decided to act this way right now. I need to mark off 40. Much better. Okay. All right. So I already have some progress. Honestly, for just starting, I could see some progress. I have prioritized this just because this is, I think, the best way that helps me to not worry about the money, because it's out of the way. I don't think about it. I don't, look at it. So this is the best way. It's helping me to save it instead of spending it. So yeah, I have the 1, 2, 3. I have the 5, the 7. So let me see if it's marked out correctly. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. I have the 10. I have the 20, 21. Then I have 25. I have 40 now. Then I have 60. I have 75. I have the 80. And then I have 98, 99, and $100. Yay! That's awesome. I'm really, really, really proud of myself, honestly. Okay, so that's that. And then my most fun part and my exciting part is this one right here, because I do have a couple different saving challenges that is here. So this is the monthly one that you just save for every month. I started in March, so I didn't do January, February, March. I did $100. And then for April, I haven't added any money, which is weird. Okay. When I did my cash stuffing, I guess I didn't add any money here. But I think I'm going to see if I can do like the 70. Let's see. 20, 40, 60. I'll do 80. Okay, so I'll put in 20, 40, 60, $80 for April. And then I'm gonna mark it off. And this is, I know, like for the entire month, like you're supposed to save all of it. But it's too high for my, like I don't do cash stuffing weekly, plus it's a very big amount. I can't do that. I don't have that kind of ability to save that much. But I'm gonna just do whatever I'm able to. I don't think I'll repeat this challenge when I'm done with it, just because the denominations are really, really high. I might try to see if I can find some with smaller denoms, or just skip this entirely, because I don't think it makes sense, because I don't do cash stuffing weekly. So this just doesn't work out. So anyway, moving on. I added $80. Let me mark that off, because I haven't marked that off yet. Okay, so for the spring challenge, where is it? Okay, so we're now in the spring challenge. I did scratch off $2, which I ended up not following it because I went back to this one, which is the more March related one. So because it's already scratched off, I'm going to add it, but I'm going to scratch off one more because this is like a spring challenge. So I will go ahead and scratch off and see what number we get. And that's the amount I will put in there. Let's do this one. Okay, so that's another $2 in here. So that's $4 that we're adding to this one. So I put it usually in the back, right here in this envelope. So these are the money that we saved up for March, which was 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 13, and 14. So 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then I'm adding these two. So that's going to be 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So let me count again. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and $18. So, okay, $18. Let me just double check because, so for this one we had a 3, 5, 8, 13, and 14. 15, 16, 17, 18. That's correct. So $18 is in this one. So for the $3,000 into 26 weeks challenge, they are all in this like larger denoms, but the smallest denomination is the $50. I'm gonna do like a 20, a 40, and a $50. So I will add $50 more to this. And let's see how much I'm going to have. Let me mark it down. So we're supposed to have $150. Plus some because the smaller denoms, I didn't mark it off. So let's see here. We have... Okay, so we have $100 in the bank representing this. And then we have, let's see, in cash we have 20, 40, 50, 52, 54, 52, 54, 56, 58, 70, 72, 72, 74, 75, 76, and 77. 77. I'm going to add 3 more to make it 80. Okay, so again, we have $100 in the bank. So I'm adding 20, 40, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 70, 72, 74, and then 76, 77, 78, 79, and $80. So we got $80 in cash. And then we do have $100 in the bank. Perfect. So let me write it down real fast. Wait, what? Oh, we skipped this one. We skipped the spring $50 challenge. Okay. So for this one, this is in a very small denomination. So I will go ahead and add a $5 bill. And I'll be able to circle 5. So let me circle the 5. And now this should have, let's see here, a 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, and $15. $15 in this one. And then we have, I think, the mandala one. So for this one, these are in $5 denoms, and I'm gonna go ahead and give myself another 5. So let me color it in. Okay. And now we should have here, let's see how much money we have in this one. So we have a 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and a $30 in this one. There you go. Okay. So I don't know how I did it, that I have a lot of this money left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm not sure if I should just add this to my next cash stuffing, which is in May, or should I just add more money to my envelopes, like do like something right now and just figure this out right now on the spot. I'm not sure. I can always add it more to the savings binder. Or do I want to do it to my... I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add this amount and put it in my ATM what I spent. Just because it was such a large amount of money. I do want to put this amount fast and get rid of that. So I think it was in this envelope. No, I think it was in the purple envelope. So let's see. For this spent on ATM, how much money is left here? 120, 120, 125, 30, 35, 37, 38, 39, and $40. So 120, 25, 30, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, $140. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add 140 back to this one. So let me write down that I'm adding an additional $140. So that means the amount should now be $3,376 minus 140, $3,236. Okay. So let's combine these. Okay. So 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 100, 200, 300, 320, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, so I have 340 in cash, which I will, maybe once it's 500, I will deposit it. And then from here, I can remove some money. So now we owe 1,000. So that's 3,000, 3,100, 3,200. I will remove this too. Okay. So now I owe less because I added more in actual cash. And then, yeah. So I'll put this amount in the back. There you go. I really, really want to pay myself back for this really badly because I just spent way too much. There you go. It doesn't even want to fit. I don't like keeping cash, honestly, like hundreds. I like to do placeholders. But this one, I'm going to keep it like now for now. And then deposit once it's a little bit larger amount. So I can actually go ahead and deposit it to pay myself back. Okay. So I think that's it. That's about it. So we cash stuffed the entire amount of $1,176 in all of the envelopes. I'm super, super happy that I was able to get this done. I'm happy that I managed to at least pay myself about $300-400 back for the month that I spent, which I'm proud of myself. I could have put it in other places, but I do want to pay myself back faster. So that's good. I will be spending less just so I can pay myself back more. And then pay bigger amounts and more like prioritized items, like things that I need to do. Like I said, credit card, that is the priority. I'm happy that I was able to add a bunch of money actually in the actual 100 envelopes, because that amount, once it's done, is gonna probably either all of the amount will go towards paying off my debt, or at least half of it will go to pay off debt and half of it will go to savings. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see how far along I am at that time with my credit cards. But I did manage to get a lot done with just this amount, and I think all of the binders got some love, so that's exciting. And like I repeat it all the time. Small progress is still a progress. So I'm very happy, and I really hope you guys liked this video. I really hope you're following along. And this is again new, so this is like 6 or 7 videos on my channel. But even starting like, you know, a couple months ago, I am so happy to see progress. When I open the envelopes, they're not empty and they're adding. So if you've seen them from the very beginning to now, you're going to be able to also see that progress. And I really, really appreciate you taking your time if you like this type of videos. And if you are also on a lower income and budgeting, and you don't have a lot to, you know, save, and you do have a lot of bills and credit card debt and all of that, then please stick around, subscribe, like this video, comment down below how, like, if you're doing this, and if you saw any progress, how long you've been doing this. Anyway, so thank you so much for being here, and I will see you very soon with my next video. I will be doing condensing and planning for May and all of that. So stick around, turn on the notifications, and if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I would really, really appreciate if you can go watch those as well. I'm new, so all of the subscribers, all of the support, the comments, the likes, all of that means so, so much to me. It just helps me because I'm on track. When I see subscribers and I see that, you know, you're watching my videos, it motivates me to keep going, and it motivates me to keep doing this as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really, really appreciate all of you. Take care. Thank you. Bye.